Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And today is our weekly grocery haul, and it's a 2-week haul that we went to Walmart for.
Yep. In the thumbnail, you saw that one of the things that I had on there was detergent, and we're going to talk about in this haul about whether or not that is a good deal and how to know a good deal on detergent or dishwasher tabs, actually. Okay, so let's get started on this. If you saw our first grocery haul video of this month, we had like a huge grocery haul, which was like $250. We stocked up on a lot of meat when a local store was having their grand opening. So we didn't have to really buy much like that. And so, and in fact, over the next couple of weeks into April, we probably won't have like really big hauls because we have all that meat still stocked up in our freezer. And so we don't have to buy many meat products, which is great because that'll keep our grocery hauls very low over the next couple of weeks. So we won't spend much money. So we spent a lot in the beginning of March, but into April, we're going to be reaping the benefits of not having to buy that much every week. So let's go ahead and get started. This is actually, and when I say something isn't needed, I'm not saying that we're not going to eat it or the food isn't needed at some point. I just mean it's not needed to cover the next 2 weeks of our meal plan. But so I wanted to, if you've been following us a while, you know that I keep talking about a chocolate chip pizza that we used to make in the restaurant where I used to work when I was in college called Pizza Inn, and they had a chocolate chip cookie pizza. I've been trying to perfect it at home using some of the recipes I'm finding on Pinterest, because it's not like when we worked there, we had like a mix. So I didn't know, whoops, almost dropped those. I didn't know exactly how to make it from scratch, and none of these recipes are perfect, but I'm getting closer to the right one. And I could do a homemade pizza crust, but this is easier for that particular recipe. It just works better. So I'm going to show you how I do that. This time I'm going to try to record it. Hopefully, it didn't look right last time, but I know what I kind of know what I was doing wrong. So this time, hopefully, what I do is going to make it look right. The thing is, we had it was a circle pizza there, and this is a rectangle pizza, and I tried to make it a circle one, but I think this time I'm just going to do it in my cookie sheet and let it lay in the rectangle shape and see if that will work. But anyway, so on coupons.com, and I don't hear a lot of people discuss this, but on coupons.com, they also have an app that will give you cash back, just like Ibotta and stuff. And there used to be an app called Saving Star, and coupons.com and Saving Star kind of merged together. And so there was a rebate for if you buy 3 Pillsbury products, you get $1 back. And we like to use these crescent rolls for our chicken roll-ups recipe, which we can link in the description. We don't have plans to make this in the next 2 weeks, but we are moving in May, and we may want some quick, easy meals. And I thought this would be a way for us to do that. It's a quick, easy meal that's made in like 20 minutes or so. You know, you have to do a little prep work, but it's 10 minutes in the oven. So it's really quick and easy. So we got those. We decided to take advantage of that coupon for that reason. Okay, we are going to have a recipe that calls for red potatoes, and I don't remember.
Whole chicken?
Oh no, the leg quarters. If you saw
Leg quarters,
our big grocery haul, you saw that we got leg quarters, 39 cents per pound, and we're going to make some leg quarters. It's going to be like a sheet pan dish, and we'll have red potatoes on it and probably some roasted broccoli or something like that. We are going to have our beef and cheese pasta. We can link that in the eye in the sky as well. And it takes mozzarella. We also buy mozzarella for homemade pizzas that we do just about every Saturday. So we got some more mozzarella for that. We're going to do our Tuscan butter shrimp. Some of y'all did ask for that. So we are definitely going to record it. See if we have some better lighting this time. And hopefully y'all be able to see what we did better, but it calls for cherry tomatoes and spinach. Joel did not, they were almost completely out of these, weren't they?
Yep.
He was not a happy camper when he saw like 2 or 3 sitting there all by themselves.
Like one. That was the only one.
There was only one? Okay. Okay. So anyway.
So if you like something, don't tell me about it, and don't tell me you like it, and tell me to try it, because if I try it, it's probably going to be going off the shelf pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that some more in this haul. Also, another pizza recipe that we have discussed that I have said is my absolute favorite. We don't make it very often, but it was also another pizza that we made there at Pizza Inn, and it was called a bacon cheddar and ham. And the last time we made it, we didn't record it because... you know, like when you work in a pizza restaurant, you get your the Canadian bacon or ham will come to you already dried. So it's not sitting in that liquid like is in this container. So I wanted to make sure I knew what I needed to do to dry it out a little bit, because if you put this in a pizza wet, your crust is going to be soggy. So, but we figured out what we needed to do to make sure that we didn't end up with a soggy crust. And so we will try to record that one as well, but I wanted to do that one more time just to record it. So that does mean that one of the Saturdays I am going to be eating regular pizza crust, because this is my favorite. I think this is for the beef and cheese pasta. So there's that. I have some leftover chicken from a spatchcock chicken. I'm going to use these carb counter tortillas and just make some little, taco, burrito, quesadilla, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, for some of my lunches. Our son is eating peanut butter and jelly. And apparently he's wanted that again for the next 2 weeks, so we got him bigger containers this time. We're going to have this for the beef and cheese pasta. Joel forgot about the chickpea flour and just grabbed our old standby, which was great value, penne pasta. But, so we're going to have that. It'll be all right. It's in the dish, so I can't not eat it, so it's okay. And this is for the chocolate chip pizza. Ironically, it's not a cookie dough recipe, and you make it with cake mix, not a cookie dough mix. And the first time I tried to make it here, I used a recipe that called for like a regular cake mix, like the big like Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines or something like that. And it didn't turn out right. Like it bubbled over and it was like huge. So that is definitely not the way to go. The last time I tried it, it was with this Jiffy Golden Yellow Cake Mix, which is smaller, and it was about the right size. It still did bubble over, and it was because I tried to form it into the circle instead of the rectangle. So hopefully that will fix the problem, is me not trying to play with the shape of the crust. I got bananas for me. This will be for the beef and cheese pasta. I had a rebate for Prego Farmers Market. Unfortunately, we couldn't find it on the shelf anywhere, not even like where it should have been sitting. So, and we've gotten it before in the past at Walmart, so I know they used to sell it. Eggs for various recipes and stuff. This is for the chocolate chip pizza. Just some Easter candy, robin eggs and stuff. We're just gonna pass on by that. We needed that for the pizza, plus Joel is it for breakfast foods and stuff like that, so we just grabbed one of those. This is the honey that we buy. I know it's good to get as local honey as you can, especially if you have allergies. We have allergies a little bit, but they're not like overpowering. So we just go with as local as we can. And this one is from Homestead, Florida. So it is in the right state at least. So, you know, and it works. Like I said, if we had like really bad allergies, I would probably be trying to get it from a farmer's market. But for me, since I'm not trying to get it local as from Orange County, Florida, as possible. It is in Florida, but just I don't know where Homestead is.
It's down in Miami.
Okay, so so instead, since we're not necessarily doing it to combat allergy problems and stuff, we just make sure that we get the 100% unfiltered and uncooked. You want it to be raw and unfiltered and 100% honey. So, and I use that for tea. And it lasts me a good long time. If you know, that last time I bought honey was probably about 3 months. So I look at it that way. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this. Joel's shaking his head. Okay, so if you've been following us for a long while, you know that Joel used to buy powdered creamer before we moved to Orlando. He bought it at Walmart, and it was the Coffee Mate, and it was chocolate creamer. And when we moved here, they didn't have it on the shelf. And then he switched over to International Delights chocolate caramel. Yep. And about a month ago, they stopped carrying it. Yep. And so the last 2 hauls that you saw from us, he bought a Snickers flavor of Coffee Mate that was not on the shelf today. Nope. Now, the marker is still there, so we're just assuming it was sold out. So this was the only thing he could find that he even was acceptable with, because he would have been okay with French vanilla or maybe hazelnut, but he does not like a lot of the flavors, like white chocolate raspberry or peppermint mocha, which is just crazy. That's good. Stop shaking your head. Anyway, so apparently we've decided that the only thing that has to happen is Joel has to buy a product, especially when it comes to creamers, and Walmart will decide that that product obviously isn't for everyone, or they don't want it anymore. So, so if you like a product, don't tell Joel, because if he starts buying it, it may be taken off the shelf.
Yep.
Okay, let me catch these 2 here. Joel uses these for his breakfast food, and our son is eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And y'all, he doesn't eat like he eats like a college student, and so when he finally comes down at 2 o'clock to eat and hadn't had any breakfast or anything, he eats 2 sandwiches at one time. So, they've been going through at least a pack and a half of bread every week. So, and then that's my pizza for the other week. So 1 week we're gonna make the bacon cheddar ham pizza, and the other week I'm gonna eat my regular Urban Farmer pizza that has a veggie crust. Our son, the last time we bought goldfish crackers, y'all may remember, was not this month. It was in the beginning of February. We bought it at Sam's Club, and it was like this big, huge box, and it had 3 packs. And we said, you know, like when you divide it up, the unit cost is cheaper to buy it that way. And since it had 3 bags in the box, it would last. It wouldn't go stale on him. And he is just now down to the very last bag of that. It took him 6 weeks to go through the whole thing. so not bad, but we weren't going to Sam's Club today, so we just got him this, and it was time for his replace Cokes every 2 weeks thing. And y'all know Joel got his Cheetos.
And the party size now are cheaper right now at Walmart than the regular size.
Yeah.
So
How much? What does it cost?
It's $3.29 for the regular 8.5 ounce, and this party size was $3.48.
Oh, and it's almost double.
Almost, it's 15 ounces there.
Yeah. So otherwise, in other words, to get that same amount, if you got the 8.5, you'd have to buy 2 bags, and it would be $6.60 or 60 cents instead of $3.48. So great price. We're gonna have different things with broccoli, and I'm also gonna roast some just to have for lunches and stuff like that. Okay, and like I said, I promised we would talk about this. So I'm going to put some different pictures up on the screen, and you're going to see that we looked at Great Value detergent dishwasher tabs, and we looked at the Finish tabs. I don't know if I took a picture of this one because it was like up on the top shelf, and I'm short. And then we also looked at the Cascade. Now, what I want to point out to you, and I've said this about food items, and I've said this about other, I've talked about this with the cereal bars and other videos. That's why you really need to watch our grocery hauls, because I throw in gems like this into every single haul as to why we pick the things that we do. And one of the things that we talked about was how you can't go by the price on the sticker beneath it and just say this is the unit cost and this unit cost is cheaper than that unit cost, because there's this little trick that they do to confuse you, and it's where the one sticker under one product will say per ounce, and then the sticker underneath the product right beside it says per each. And so where that causes a problem is, so we were looking at the Great Value in the huge container that was 96 tabs, and it said per ounce. And the one right beside it was Cascade, and it said per each. And so the dishwasher tabs in the Great Value in that size looked like a better price than the Cascade at first look, because
it was $1 cheaper.
It was $1 cheaper, so that's
and
better.
You look at the unit price. If you're just looking at the unit price, it was almost double.
Yeah, and the reason why was the per ounce. And here's the thing with dishwasher tabs: are you gonna cut into the dishwasher tab so that you can go per ounce? No, that's crazy. So we divided per each. So we divided 96 into the $15 and whatever change it was of the Great Value brand to see what it was per each, so we could evenly compare it against the Cascade. And it turned out that the Cascade was cheaper. Mm-hmm. Then we looked up to that top shelf, and we looked at this box that had 85 in it. It was even cheaper than that for each. Mm-hmm. So again, you're not going to break those into little parts. So telling you what it was per ounce really didn't help, because you're not going to divide it like that. So then I will say that we did look at some smaller containers of the Great Value tabs, and they were better priced per each than that big size. So they make you think that if you buy it in bulk, you're getting a good deal, but you're not. You'd actually do better to get the small containers. But here's the thing. A lot of people I've heard say they end up putting 2 tabs into each dishwasher load when they use generic brand dishwashing detergent. So there's a possibility that you'd just do a better job just to get like a name brand and just make sure that you're getting one that has a really good unit cost. Again, it means pulling out your camera. It means pulling out your calculator and actually figuring it out for yourself. It's the same thing with cereal bars. They'll have cereal bars right beside each other. One will say per each, and then one right beside it will say per ounce. And nobody's going to probably measure out how many ounces are in a cereal bar. They're going to eat it one cereal bar at a time. So you have to watch out for that stuff and figure it out. And look, when the numbers seem like crazy different, like one thing says 42.9 cents, and then the next thing right beside it says 12.5 cents, you need to ask yourself, why is that so different? And look real close. A lot of times the reason is because one says per ounce and one says per each. Okay, that's my whole little rant. Just be prepared with your calculator to figure out why something is more expensive than why it may look less expensive than other things. Anyway, okay, so that is all, and right now you should be seeing our total on the screen and how much we have left for the rest of March. All right, so now it's time for us to share with you our meal plan for this week. We're going to start off with leg quarters, and we're probably going to roast some potatoes and broccoli to put with it.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to try our filet mignon recipe with some baked potatoes to go with that.
That'll be a try something new for us. Obviously, we have no idea how to make a filet mignon correctly, so we'll be trying to do this.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna have a chicken lasagne pasta.
Mm-hmm. Then we're gonna do some chili.
That's right, and because Joel will be probably working the next day, we're gonna have leftovers.
Yep.
And then we're going to do our homemade pizza like normal on Saturday.
Yep, and then probably some pulled pork on Sunday.
That's right. Probably make sandwiches out of that.
All right, cool. So don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that notifications bell for updates when we post new videos. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekend. Sometimes we go live. You just never know where we're going to pop up. So get those notifications for us when we're posting new content, and thank you for joining us today. Post down in the comments what you'd like to vote for recipe of the week. Mm-hmm.
We haven't shown any of these other than homemade pizza, and homemade pizza. That's the only one.
All right, so I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And don't forget it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.